Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Evilise. Thank you so much for watching. Today's video is actually going to be a monochromatic purple toned tutorial. I put on this purple shirt and I was just like, you know what, I am feeling it. I've really actually been wanting to do a purple eyeshadow tutorial, and so I just decided today was the day I threw on this shirt, like I said, and I was just like, okay, I'm doing it now, like it's gonna happen. So I kind of wanted to stick to the purple theme, obviously, like monochromatic, so I'm trying to make everything kind of like cohesive in that area. Obviously not every single thing is going to be purple, like my mascara and stuff like that. I actually wish I had a purple mascara. I think that'd be really cool. So I'm going to try to just stick to that as best I can. So without any further ado, let's just go ahead and jump into the tutorial. Okay, so I am first off going to start with my eyeshadow per usual. And I'm going to go in with my Revlon Photo Ready Candid Concealer in the shade 55 Chestnut, and I'm just putting a little bit on my eyes just to go ahead and set them. And then I'm going in with my little Real Techniques sponge. I think it's a Real Techniques sponge, honestly not sure, but obviously it's purple as well. But I'm just going to go ahead and blend this, and then I like using this. I've gotten a few questions on why I put concealer on, or like is it totally necessary, and honestly I like using it as an eyeshadow base. I feel like it gives the eyeshadow something to stick to, even though I do put the concealer on and then I put powder over it. I do like using that method because I feel like it does give an extra layer for the eyeshadow to stick, and I actually do feel like it makes it last a little bit longer. And then also, if you notice that you have kind of like a little bit of discoloration, or if you have like, you can see your veins, you know, some people you can kind of see, you know, some of their veins and stuff, which is totally normal, but a lot of people do concealer over that, or like an eyeshadow primer, so that way it kind of gives your eyeshadow an even base. So if you don't do that and you just kind of have like a little bit of discoloration, it may kind of still peek through a little bit depending on the intensity of your eyeshadow look or anything like that. I just like, once again, concealing with concealer, and then just going and setting it with powder. So speaking of powder, I actually have a new powder. This is the LA Colors Finishing Powder. It's in the shade medium. It's brand new. I've never used it before. So let's go ahead and try it. And I'm hoping that this is the right shade. They had a light, a medium, and a dark. Actually, I kind of like the packaging. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and take my powder brush. This is the e.l.f. blush brush, but I use it for a powder brush. So yes, just setting this. Okay, so now I actually am going to do something a little bit different. I have some tape here. And I'm going to actually kind of put the tape right here where I kind of want the line to stop. I'm going to do bottom eye shadow, but I wanted to do this tape method. I've done it a few times and stuff, and I always kind of like the way it looks, just because it makes it look like a little cleaner and like sharper and stuff. Okay, so now that I look all crazy, the palette I'm going to be using, actually I have a couple of different palettes. The palette I'm mainly going to be using is the Essence Spiritual Gangster eyeshadow palette, and the colors are actually so pretty. They have like the little plastic right now, but you can see they're just so pretty. A bunch of like natural neutral colors, but then they do have like really cool like pops of colors and stuff. And I didn't realize when I got this palette just how many purples were in this palette. This one is mainly a pink, but it could definitely work with purples. If you're using it with more purple colors, it'll probably lean more towards the purple family, but if you're using it with like just on its own or whatever, it'll definitely just like pink. But on this side you can see that is like a grayish purple color, this is a purple color, and then that once again like the pink color, and then this is like the purple that caught my eye, and then this color right here is a really light color, but I feel like that would be a really good transition shade, and if it's a little too light then I'll just go in with this first purple shade. But yeah, so we can go ahead and start on the eyes. I'm going to jump in first off with the shade It's Vibe, and I actually really like all of the names. They're just so funny. So I'm going in with It's a Vibe, and I'm just going to first off just take this in my crease. Oh yeah, this is definitely light. Okay, this isn't necessarily a transition shade, but it's a good base, so I'm just going to leave that there, but I'm going to obviously do the same thing on this side. Then just bringing that all the way up to the under eye. I mean, not my under eye, what? My brow bone. I was going to say like under my brow bone, and I don't know why I came in under eye. Now I'm going in with the shade I'm so excited for. It's actually called Finesse. I'm using the same brush. This is the Profusion brush. It's like a duo end. It doesn't have a name, but it's like a duo end eyeshadow brush. So excited for this shade, and I love this brush. It is so soft and smooth, and it just feels so good. It feels like a high-end brush. I think I'm gonna have to build this color up a little bit, but I do like it. It is showing up, just like I did a really light layer, but it is showing up. So I'm just going to build this up. Okay, now I'm going to go into the next color because I actually kind of like this base that I have. I did come pretty high up to my brow bone just because I really want this color kind of blown out. So now with the same brush, I'm going in with the Do You Love Me shade. It's that pinkish toned shade, but once again, I think it could definitely work for a like purple. I mean, it's a pink tone shade, but I think it would work for a purple tutorial. And so I'm just lightly coming in with this. I'm staying a lot closer to my crease, but I'm not bringing it all the way in. I'm just bringing it about halfway. So from the outer corner to like halfway to my crease. I like this shade. It is showing up a little pink, but that's okay. And I just wanted a little bit of the shade. I'm not taking too much. And I'm really focusing it on the outer edge. And then just whatever is left over, just kind of bringing it halfway. That's about all I'm going to put of this color because I don't want it to go too pink too quickly. So now I'm going in. I'm trying to figure out which color to use next. Okay, I'm going to go in with Antidote. It's that shade right there. So I'm going to go in with that color with the same brush as well. Obviously I really like this brush, but it's such a good brush for if you want to just add it in like just a little bit, it still works. Or if you want it blown out, like it still is such a good brush for both ways. I hope that made sense. I feel like I just kind of like mumbled that entire sentence and had no idea if it came out the way I wanted it to. I feel like I'm having to pick up a little bit more of this color because it's not coming out as much. But that's okay. It gives it a really good, like, it's a good transition between the two. And I'm doing the same thing with this color that I did with the pink shade, the pinkish shade. I'm applying this mainly on the outer corner and then just bringing it in about halfway. And I'm just taking my time building this up. I'm not in any hurry, obviously. I actually really like this purple, and it's showing up really well. Obviously you can see there's a lot of fallout on that tape. I don't know if you can see it. Not as much on this side, but that side has a lot. But that's okay. Okay, now I am going in with the shade Blessing right there. It's a very pretty, this is a more true purple, but I love this shade. It's very nice. So I'm just taking it on my finger. You can see, really pretty. You can see it almost has like specks of blue or something in it. I'm just taking this on my finger and applying this all over my lid. Ooh, yes. Actually, it has like, it feels like it has like opal-y shades. Is that a word? Opal-y? Opal tones? I may have just made up a word and that makes no sense. I feel like I'm whispering as well and I don't know why. Just using this all over the lid. I'm not gonna lie, guys, I am loving this right now. Okay, so now I kind of just used a little wipey just to kind of take off what had fallen out, but I left the tape. So now with this little palette right here, this is a Merle Norman palette. It doesn't have like a color quad spring eyes too. I don't know. It's a little 4-pan palette. I'm using this deepest shade, and I'm actually going to take that color with a liner brush. This is the Eco Tools liner brush, and I'm taking, once again, that deepest purpley shade, and I'm just going to apply it just out here, like just on, I'm using this mirror in here. I'm gonna apply it just on the outer, right here, almost as a liner, almost as like an eyeliner. This color is not really wanting to pick up with this brush. I think it's this brush. I feel like this is just giving it a little bit something else. Okay, I switched to this little BS small brush, and it's working a lot better. And I just literally wanted a little bit. Like, I'm not taking a lot. This is totally optional, but I don't know. I think that's good. Okay, now I'm going to take off the tape. Hopefully this line works. Can you see that? That's so funny. That's how much fallout happened. But that line, if you can tell, it's just really, really nice and sharp, which is exactly what I wanted. Okay, now I will come back and finish my eyes, but I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next step. Okay, so I just went ahead and put on primer. I used my e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer per usual, and I just went ahead and did it off camera because y'all have seen me do that multiple times. So I'm going in with my concealers now. This is the same concealer I used just a second ago for my eyes, for my eyelids. This is the Revlon Photo Ready Candid Concealer in the shade 55 Chestnut. And I'm going in now with the Revlon Photo Ready Candid Concealer in the shade 65 Café. Okay, so I just applied the concealer, or finished applying the concealer, and I'm just going to pat that into place now. And then I'm going to take the powder again. This is the LA Colors palette that I used to set my lids, and I'm just going to set everywhere I put that concealer. And this powder actually feels like it's a pretty good match. Okay, so now I'm actually going to go back and finish the eyes now that I did the concealer. And going back in with this palette, I'm going in with the shade Finesse again. And I'm going to take this little smudge brush, and I'm going to lightly apply that on my lash line. And I'm going really slowly with this because I'm trying to prevent any fallout from happening. And I don't want to make this like too crazy. Okay, now I'm going in with the shade Antidote. Ooh, I really like the way this looks on the lash line. Okay, now I'm going back in with this purple shade right here, and I'm going to apply that on the lash line, but I'm going very, very lightly. I really like this actually. And I'm connecting it to the line that is already there. That's why I kind of made it like a sharp kind of edge, and then it connects super nicely to the under eye. Okay, and now I'm done with the eyeshadow. I feel like that was actually really easy. And I feel like using the tape technique or whatever just made it look a lot better, and just the edges were sharp just like I wanted it to look, and they connected super well in the under eye. Okay, now for mascara, I'm going in with the L'Oreal Voluminous Primer, and I'm just going to do a kind of thin coat of this on both of my eyes. I say a thin coat, and that actually was a lot thicker than a thin coat, but... And now I'm going in with my favorite mascara. Once again, I haven't used this in a while. This is the Essence Volume Stylist 18-Hour Curl and Hold Mascara. I love this mascara. I talk about it all the time. I will say the first couple of times you use it, it is kind of messy just because the formula is so wet. So I would highly recommend being really careful when you're using this because it can get out of hand really quickly. So I'm just going to apply probably a couple of coats of this. Okay, now I just finished my mascara. I did it really slowly, actually. Like I said I was going to, just because I wanted to build it up really nicely, and I didn't want it to be messy at all and have to like try to take off any that had fallen out or that had like gotten smeared or anything. So I did a couple of coats of mascara after I applied that primer. So this is how they came out. Okay, now moving on to the face products. I'm going in with for bronzer, I'm going in with the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Contouring Palette in the shade Dulce de Leche. And I'm taking my e.l.f. Angled Blush Brush and I'm using this bronzer. I really wanted to use this bronzer because it's like the most cool toned bronzer I have, and I felt for a look like this I needed to use cool toned products, like mainly when it came to like the bronzer, because I didn't want anything warm tone I feel would kind of pull away from the purple-ish color, and so I wanted to use a cool toned bronzer. So this is the one I found. So I'm just going to get some of that and then lightly apply it, once again tapping it and then going in circular motions. Okay, now I'm going in with my blush, and I'm actually going to use two products. I have this LA Colors blush, and it is a really pretty peach color. It's in the shade Totally. It's hard to always tell the exact color of this, but it is a peach color. It's really pretty color actually. But I decided to go in with this shade because I just figured it would be the best base to use for the next product I'm going to use, because the next product I have is the Hard Candy Fox in a Box Uptown Girl Marbleized Baked Blush. And you can tell in that it has like purple specks in it, like purple tones in it. And I actually think it's like super cute, but it is very like shimmery. And so I wasn't sure exactly how to feel about that, but I was like, I don't know how pigmented it's going to be. Is it going to come out mainly like pink? I don't know how strong the purple is going to be in it, but I decided to try this first on bottom as a base, and it's like a pretty neutral looking base because it's not super pink toned or whatever. And once again, I've said this before, this is a really nice color to build up, so I'm just going to do a really light layer of this and then go in with that. Okay, so once again, just a very light base for the blush. So now I'm going in with the Hard Candy one, and this packaging reminds me of the Hoola bronzer packaging from Benefit, right? Is that Benefit? It reminds me so much of that packaging. So I'm just getting a bunch of this product on, just seeing how glittery it is actually. It's pretty glittery. And I'm actually kind of applying this where I would almost my highlight. Like I'm going up a little higher with it, almost as a highlight, because it could work as a highlight. I feel like just with the shimmer it has in it. I feel like it almost smells like lemonade or something. You can't really see obviously like the purple specks coming through. But I don't know, I feel like it gives a really pretty kind of glow to the face, like a natural-ish kind of glow to the face. So now with my highlight brush, I'm actually dipping back into the same product, and I'm just lightly going in and applying that. This isn't the main highlight I'm going to be using, because I decided to try to use this as a highlight. I just felt like it would work really well. So I'm actually going to try it. It's an eyeshadow, obviously, but I just thought I would dip into it and see how it would look as a highlight. Ooh. I'm not gonna lie, I actually really like this eyeshadow as a highlight. And I'm I'm actually going to dip back into this color and use this as an inner corner highlight for my eyes. I feel like adding that in the inner corner really just brought the whole look together. I feel like it made it work really well with the highlight. And now I'm going to do my brows because I haven't done them yet and I meant to do them earlier and I totally didn't. So this is the Essence Super Last 24 Hour Eyebrow Pomade Pencil in the shade Brown. I actually have this pencil but in the shade Dark Brown, and I like it, but I feel like it's a bit too dark. It's a bit too much at times, and it comes out, it's like a pomade, so it comes out kind of like, not more intense, but like just deeper than a regular pencil would. And so I thought I would actually buy the lighter shade, and I didn't see it in person because like this is one of the ones I bought online when I bought the palette. I bought the palette, the mascara, and this brow pencil. So I didn't technically see the color before I got it, but I just felt like I would like the lighter shade better. So I'm going to apply this. Okay, yeah, this is definitely more my shade. So I'm coming at the top. If you can tell, I just kind of like did the outline of it at the top and then just kind of in the bottom. And then now I'm just going to fill in the rest of the brow. I feel like I'm really bad at explaining things. I also haven't done a sit down tutorial, like talking in a little bit, because the last couple tutorials I've done have actually been the last couple tutorials I filmed have actually been time lapses. So I feel like I'm out of practice or something. Just kind of funny. Which, speaking of time lapses, I actually really like those videos. And I feel like I've gotten a pretty good response from them. So let me know what y'all think. My original plan was to do like one time-lapse video, and then the next video would be like a sit down talking tutorial. So I don't know. I'm like kind of debating whether I should do like, you know, 1 week a tutorial, the next week a time-lapse video, 1 week a tutorial, the next week a time-lapse video, and just kind of keep that going. But it seems that the time-lapse videos do a little better than the long talking tutorials. But I know there are people who actually do enjoy sitting there like watching like a whole tutorial. Because they've told me that like they like the longer videos and stuff. But I don't know, so I kind of just want to leave it up to y'all. Like, just let me know what y'all think. If y'all would want me to be posting like just time-lapse videos all the time, like every video be a time-lapse video, or maybe like occasionally throw in like a tutorial. But, or if y'all were just like the tutorials, or like kind of like what I'm doing like every other video, you know, just to kind of mix it up a little bit. Because even if I were to do time-lapse videos, I feel like I would still really miss doing like tutorials like this. And so I would still probably throw one in there occasionally. But I don't know, I like doing both videos. I really like time-lapse videos, but I also really like tutorials, just because I like sitting down, playing with makeup, and kind of talking y'all through products and things like that, and giving my opinion, because I can't really do that in I can't really do that in a time-lapse video or whatever. So just let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. I would really, really like to know. And I also probably will eventually do a poll in my Instagram. But yeah, so I just thought I would go ahead and let y'all know. Sorry I dumped that in like the middle of a tutorial. But yeah, so just let me know y'all's thoughts and everything, and then I'll go from there. So now I'm taking this spoolie and brushing through my brows, and I really like that pencil. Like, I really liked that brow pencil. I feel like this is the perfect shade for me. Okay, now I'm going to set them with the Essence Lash and Brow Gel Mascara. Okay, so now I'm going to set my face with the Hard Candy Matte Sheer Envy Setting Spray. So this one's always so hard for me to open, oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm gonna move my hair back because I don't like for it to get wet. I hate setting sprays, honestly. Not a fan. Okay, and actually while that is drying, I usually like taking my beauty sponge again and just kind of lightly going over everywhere that it is setting. I feel like it just kind of holds everything in place a little better. But yeah, I really like doing this little trick. So now for lipstick, I'm going in with my Maybelline matte lipstick in the shade 570 Toasted Truffle. And obviously I really like this lipstick because there's like nothing left in it. Like there's no more product, like hardly, but there's still some in the actual tube. So I'm actually going to take this Eco Tools pencil. This is a different one. It's a little like, I feel like it works really well for like lipstick. So I'm going to just dip this into the lipstick and apply it all on the lips. Okay, so I really like this lipstick. I need to definitely buy a new one because every time I wear it, I'm like, I just love it. So this is the entire tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please let me know what your favorite part was, or if there's a product that you would like me to use again or anything, or if there's a product you would like to try. But yeah, and definitely once again let me know about the time-lapse videos or like regular tutorials. I'd love to know y'all's opinions because obviously I want to give y'all what y'all want as well. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day or night when you are watching this, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye guys.